This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Well, welcome to the Great Plains Coliseum for the start of 3 days of basketball action, and it is the third annual Great Plains Invitational. So along with Braden, our camera operator, myself, Eric Sherm, I'm going to have a little bit of sit down and get ready for some high-action basketball. And I got to say, with this, something that's really neat, that's really kind of the first game out that I got to go over with you. It's called Forged in the 580 because the head coach of Ferris Yellow Jackets and the Newcastle Racers have Lawton ties because both coaches are Cameron University graduates with 100-plus career wins to their names. They are both Lawton Public School graduates, one from Eisenhower, one from Lawton High. And they began their coaching careers at AAU basketball coaches in the city of Lawton. And for the first time in over 13 years since they've known each other, they will take on themselves on this court for the very first time and where it all began here in the 580. Forged in the 580. So, yes, welcome into the broadcast, and we're going to bring you some exciting action as we got the Newcastle Racers, part of the OSN team and part of the OSN network, along with the Ferris Texas Yellow Jackets, which is just south of Dallas from what I understand. And so we're going to get ready for some basketball action. I was talking to the host, Marco Gagliardi, head coach of the MacArthur Highlanders, and I said, okay, who has kind of got the lead in this tournament? He says any of the top four. The top four are really, really good. And we're going to talk about that because if you make in that top four, you got Newcastle. You got all three Lawton schools, by the way. And then you've got Newcastle, you got Classen SAS, you got Northwest Classen, and you've got a plethora of that. And then you've got more in here as well. So the three Lawton schools connect that up. We've got about 8.5 minutes before we tip this one off. We'll have the national anthem, and we'll have action with the Newcastle Racers and the Ferris Texas Yellow Jackets right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Ferris Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Ferris, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Ferris Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Landmarks. They stand as symbols, reminding us of history and moments that shape our lives. We create our own landmarks. At Becker-Raybon Funeral Home, we understand the importance of honoring these moments. Let our compassionate team help you celebrate the life and legacy of your loved one. Offering a range of services to honor the stories that matter most, we believe that every life leaves a mark that deserves to be cherished and remembered. Becker-Raybon Funeral Home, honoring the landmarks of your life.
Lawton's premier full-service garden center is Bedrock Nursery at 1802 Northwest 67th Street. Serving all of Southwest Oklahoma since 1994, they are your source for homegrown bedding plants and offer a wide range of services, including landscape design and installation. They are your full-service garden center. Bedrock Nursery, 1802 Northwest 67th Street in Lawton. Bedrock Nursery. Come see the difference.
Well, we're back here at the Great Plains Coliseum. Glad that you could come along for the ride because we've got a special one today. And I want to say that this is also being brought to you by the Great Plains Invitational 3rd Annual. This live broadcast by Shane Burke Services, providing services like it used to be with emphasis on quality of services that no other shop in Oklahoma provides. When you do business with Shane Burke Services, you'll be treated like family. From auto glass and windshields, truck accessories and bed liners, to mirrors, shower doors, residential glass, windows, and so much more. You can visit their website to connect to so much more at shaneburke.com. Also, B2E, providing basketball training and skill camps for those ages 6 and up. They're born to elevate while teaching young athletes the importance of elevating themselves on and off the court. For more information, please follow and reach out on their Facebook page, B2E Training. And so we want to thank them for being our fine title sponsors of this event, and we've got about 4.5 minutes to go. So we talked about how special it was for the Forged and the 580. These two coaches going to face each other, the Newcastle Racers and the Ferris Yellow Jackets, for the first time in their history of 13 years of playing against each other, knowing each other in AAU, and kind of started at Lawton High. You know, you had Lawton High and Eisenhower, both graduates there. So it's kind of a special story. And so for them to meet for the first time, that's pretty neat, because Joshua McGee is an Eisenhower grad of 1999. Jesse Brown was a graduate of Lawton in 04. So that's kind of the telltale sign. Got to see a little bit of Newcastle when they played Del City with the girls and boys. You can catch that on demand on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And get ready, fast and furious with all of our basketball matchups, because, you know, football has now come to an end. We got a couple of teams, though, left. I got to say, you got to brag that up. With 13 schools in the network, we have 3 of them that made state finals. One was a winner again, is the Carl Albert Titans. So they won their 20th in school history this past weekend. And so now we've got Jones that will play on Friday. They will face Washington. That will be an audio-only broadcast because of the NFHS exclusive rights to stream that. And so we'll have that on Friday. And then Elgin on the 13th of December. It's going to be a rematch of last year's title game with the Tuttle Tigers. So you have Tuttle and Elgin. Elgin, the defending state champions, look to try to bring home the gold ball back-to-back years and back-to-back state championships. Those games should be awesome, and you're going to have an audio-only presentation for those. So we got football ending. We've got a lot of stuff to basketball from the Mid-Del, from Midwest City, Del City, Carl Albert. You got Jones, you got Newcastle. We're going to see a lot of basketball from now until March. So get ready for it. Starting with this tournament here, kind of the December, before Christmas, before the holiday break, you've got a good one. We've got the national anthem, and we'll have starting lineups coming up right after this. It's the Great Plains Invitational live right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Rule number 6, be the truck authority. That's the Billingsley way. At Billingsley, we're proud to offer hundreds of Ford trucks for your selection. And if you know a thing or two about saving money, we bet you know Billingsley.
I'm Grant Billingsley, and that's the Billingsley way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Bridges, and after 30 years of practicing dentistry in Lawton, Fort Sill, Southwest Oklahoma, I need some help. Please welcome our new associate dentist, Dr. Chandler Harbin. Dr. Harbin brings a gentle touch to our ever-expanding dental practice in order to make your visit one that exceeds your expectations. Even more things to smile about is our partnership with 3 major dental insurance companies, United Concordia, Delta Dental Premier, and Health Choice. Come schedule an appointment with Dr. Harbin or myself by calling 580-248-6700.
Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Here at Carpet One, we have a great selection of carpet, hardwood, vinyl, tile, laminate, and area rugs. With all this, you're sure to find exactly what you want for your home. Come browse our exclusive selection or give Carpet One at Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Memorial Medical Group's orthopedic specialists are the most experienced team in Southwest Oklahoma. Our orthopedic surgeons are trained to diagnose and treat shoulder, knee, hip, hand, and foot conditions, as well as orthopedic trauma, sports, or work-related injuries. And they're the only ones in the area to offer Mako robotic-assisted surgery for knee and hip replacement. When you need bone and joint help, trust MMG Orthopedics to get you back to living your best life.
At Arvest Bank, we believe home ownership makes families and communities stronger. Whether it's your first home, a fixer-upper, or your forever home, we're here to help put home ownership within reach. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Well, teams are assembling. I think they're going to get ready for the national anthem here in about 10 seconds or so. As both teams kind of go to their bench. Newcastle Racers and welcome visiting Ferris, Texas Yellow Jackets. And for those who didn't make the trip down in Texas, you can join us here for this entire ball game and for the tournament. It's brought to you by Shaneberg Services and B2E Training. So they got the national anthem getting ready to honor America, and we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Firehouse Subs is stacked to satisfy. Every sub's piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and bold flavor in every bite. All served on a freshly toasted roll. Big portions, no shortcuts. Just crave-worthy subs made to truly satisfy. And at Firehouse Subs, every bite makes an impact. A portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. Download the Firehouse Subs app and get up to $10 off your first order. Skip the line, stack the flavor, and support your local heroes. Only at Firehouse Subs. At participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid for 1 week after account registration. Additional terms apply.
Aero Sign Company is now Fusion Sign and Design, continuing to serve all of Oklahoma and surrounding states for the past 70 years. Their focus has always been driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom work and installation to excellent service, they have the knowledge and expertise to help you along the way and making your image stand out and last for years to come. The all-new Fusion Sign and Design. Phone 353-2227. All right, a national anthem, I think, by the Dixie Chicks, believe it or not. Something that we've not been able to put out in a while. We've got our Great Plains Invitational brought to you by Shaneberg Services and B2E, and then also our first quarter sponsor is brought to you by Sutherland's. Check out their stock-up price on wild bird food. Get a 20-pound bag for only $9.97. Buy local at Sutherland's, family-owned and operated since 1917. They are your first quarter sponsor as we got the starting lineups for the Newcastle Racers, and we'll followed up by Ferris, Texas, and the Yellow Jackets. Coming from south of Texas. So Blake McGee will get the start wearing number 1. Zamari McGowan is wearing number 2. Carlos Perez is wearing number 3. Aiden Sire is wearing number 11. And Omari Tyner is wearing number 13. And they will be in all white with an orange trim. And the Newcastle Racers in their dark blue, their dark blue numbers with the dark black shorts and tops. So we put 0s and 8 on the board, getting ready for first quarter action here at the Great Plains Coliseum for the 3rd annual Great Plains Invitational. And I want to thank our big sponsor, Shaneberg Services, providing services like it used to be with emphasis on quality of services with no other shop in Oklahoma provides. And B2E, providing basketball training and skill camps for those 6 and up. Go visit their website on their Facebook page, B2E Training. So, getting ready to tip it up, and it's going to be controlled by the Newcastle Racers. Newcastle will walk it up court to start action here. kind of go around the perimeter inside. A nice little feed for the first bucket of the night. Goes to Newcastle. Just kind of feeding that around. It's a 2-0 lead for the Newcastle Racers. Heavy pressure, and it's stolen away. Newcastle had a great game on Monday against Del City. Girls coming from behind with a win. Outside perimeter for a 3-ball and hits it. And the 3-point, they let Trey cut it. And why not let Trey cut it? Your premier choice for barbering in Lawton and surrounding areas at 2104 West Gore Boulevard. Steele coming back down the other way. Going to be up and in for 2. Just like that. And the Racers race out to a 7-point lead after hitting the 3 and then to the deuce. That's a throwaway and a steal by Newcastle coming back down on the other end of the floor. Oh, that's tipped around, and the Yellow Jackets almost came up with a steal, but back in the hands of the Newcastle. Nice little trade-off underneath, up and in for the bucket. Not quite a double-digit lead, but a nice 9-0 start and a 9-0 run by the Newcastle Racers. Yellow Jackets coming from Ferris, and Ferris, Texas, right down south of Dallas-Fort Worth. Almost a carry. Flip out for a 3-ball. Irons out. Rebound coming back down the other way. Newcastle Racers up off the glass for 2 is good. And it's now 11-0 run for the Racers. Looking for their first bucket tonight. It's Ferris, and we'll kind of bring in the top of the key. He'll get doubled. Knicks for a little bit of help. It kind of gets rejected. Outside 3 for a 3-ball, no good. Rebound goes up, and it's going to be out of bounds last touched by Newcastle, so the ball will stay on this end of the floor. And McGee will look to inbounds for Ferris. 5:43 here in quarter number 1. Top of the key, and we'll go on the left side perimeter. Looks for a little help for the pick. Decides to stay up top. Almost stolen by Newcastle, and the Racers look for a little opportunity, a little tip out, and then into the hands of the Racers. It's a free layup opportunity as Folsom gets the rebound, and this one gets tapped out. We'll say both teams are very consistently wanting to go up and down the floor. It doesn't look like either team wants to slow the pace. Newcastle is keeping up with it, both on both ends of the floor, both offense and defense. Gets the rebound, gets it rejected, and now a foul. And that's going to be a little bit too much on Soria, as Aiden will get the foul, and they'll put TJ Williams to the line. Shooting 2. Now, remember, a couple of years ago, they got rid of the 1-and-1s. Kind of helps speed the game a little bit. There hasn't really been any kind of pushback since they've switched to that. I kind of like it as well. Kind of gives a nice flow to basketball. Gets them both. So he makes it still a 13-0 run, looking for their first score of the night. Ferris gets a little bit of the pressure from the full court. Over for the wide open pass, and that's rejected up at the rim. And Newcastle comes down with the rebound. So you thought an easy up off the glass is rejected. That's going to be thrown into traffic. Almost stolen, but Ferris comes down with it. Another great defensive play. The Racers are putting on that pressure as Folsom is all over the floor. The 5'11 guard really using that speed. Going to slow things down just a little bit, a little patiently, trying to set up something. A little look back, outside corner. Looks for a little help. Going to have to back out. Try this again at 4.5, almost to the halfway point of quarter number 1. Top of the key, looks for the 3-ball, no. Drives, kick out, then back up top. Outside perimeter. Looks for a little bit of help, little float back up top. And then we'll round that. They really like that corner, but he is double-teamed in a hurry. Nice rebound, though. Puts it up and off the glass for 2. So Ferris finally gets on the board. But then Newcastle comes racing back. Was able to get the deuce. 15-2. So it was a 13-0 run and a steal by Newcastle. And Williams is going to take it the distance. Up and in off the glass for two is good. It's kind of backyard basketball is what we've seen right now as Newcastle has a comfortable lead at 17-2 with 3:30 left to go here in quarter one. And you get that for the deuce, so they finally come up with some extra little help underneath. Double team, split the defenders, and we'll get a whistle on the floor. And we'll take it out from underneath. Remember that instead of the bonus when they get into it, they'll go to the line. We get a whole bunch of substitutions now by the Newcastle Racers. They'll probably exchange at least 3 to 4 on the floor. You know, this is a tournament like this, you kind of want to keep healthy legs going because you're going to be playing a lot of basketball in 3 days time frame. Nice dish underneath, gets contested by two defenders, slips away from that. Turnaround jumper is good. And the Newcastle Racers continue on with, that's Sloan who adds the deuce to make it 19. 19-4. Newcastle really starts off in very aggressive on both ends of the floor with their pressure and a lot of hands, a lot of good footwork. Dish down underneath, try to the turnaround jumper instead of he just goes strong up with the hoop, no good. Rebound. That's going to be by Sloan. Little dish out back over to Brammer. Outside corner, hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Newcastle. Puts it up against three defenders. Misses that opportunity, though, as Ferris comes down with the rebound. That's going to be stolen. Newcastle opportunity at 3-on-2. Dish up off the glass for two is good. So that's Carson Perpke. Loose ball on the floor. Tangle up with it. Newcastle just takes it start. I thought there was going to be a charge here. But there was a little bit of a reach in there. It's going to be the third team foul. So two more and they'll be put in the bonus. Is Ferris guilty of that? And we'll be back to action with 1:52 in quarter one. Don't forget we got all four games matchups tonight. The last one in the nightcap will be a game that was already played on Monday, Lawton High and MacArthur. Got Ike playing more. Newcastle with this one in Ferris. Northwest Classen and Classen SAS will be another matchup that you want to see. That's the game 2 in this matchup. So you got 3, 4:30, 6, and 7:30 for the matchups today. Double team down underneath, has to throw that one away, but a loose ball is picked up at the top of the key by Perez. He'll dish out. 3 ball from long range, hits off the arc, off the glass, rebounded by Newcastle. Racers got a minute 10 to finesse their way into a shot, and that's a 3-ball opportunity from a let Trey hit it. That's right, let Trey. Why not let Trey cut it? He's at 2104 West Gore Boulevard. You can phone 354-0468, or you can book your haircut online. 53 seconds remain. $20-point lead by Newcastle. Man goes up in between 3 defenders, gets that one stolen away. Here comes the Racers. 3-ball out of the way. Back iron's no good. Newcastle with the rebound with 40 seconds left to go. A little bit contested. Perez gets in there. You know, I say even though there's a 3-ball opportunity, let Trey cut it. .26 seconds. Probably play for the last shot as McGee looks for a little bit of help, and that's kind of loose ball picked up by Newcastle. They'll have a chance to kind of get this last shot. There's a Would have been a jump ball opportunity, but no one claimed the possession. Out live for a 3-ball, no good with 3 seconds left to go. Could put this up at the buzzer and does not get it off. So after 1 quarter of play, Newcastle leads 27-4 at the Great Plains Invitational Game 1. We'll be back right after this. You're watching OSN Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Is your heating unit prepared for an unpredictable winter? At Miller & Noble, we'll make sure you're in good hands. Whether you're replacing an old system or just need a simple repair, we've got the experience and the tools to keep you covered. If you can't pay all at once, we have flexible financing options available.
Stay cozy this winter with Miller & Noble Heating and Air, serving Lawton, Duncan, and surrounding areas. Call now at 580-355-1811.
All right, welcome back here to the Great Plains Coliseum. 1 quarter in the books. Newcastle has a 27-4 advantage. And welcome into the second quarter. Second quarter is brought to you by Seafood Party. Every party is better with seafood. Come see Calvin and the gang at Seafood Party at 7410 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton. Seafood Party is perfect for your large gatherings or a quick lunch to get together with catfish, seafood boils, and lunch specials served daily from 11 until 3. That's Seafood Party right here in Lawton. So we'll get this one underway. Going to kind of slow this one down as McGee just patiently kind of working the perimeter. Top of the key, looks to drive, kick out, back up top. Down below, right side. Kind of one-on-one, he wants to take it, but then trapped between 3 defenders and almost stolen. Perez for a 3-ball off the iron, and he's going to get fouled. And that's the typical, you don't want to foul the 3-point shooter. So he's going to go to the line shooting 3. So Perez to the line, and your charity stripe is brought to you by Ice Trays Barbershop. It's the first one to go in at 2104 West Gore Boulevard, 354-0468, or you can book online. Second shot is also good, so he's going to have a chance at 3. And he gets him, knocks them all down. 3 for 3 at the free throw line for Perez to bring it back within 20. And a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back right after this. You're watching OSN Basketball Games of the Week right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Your job can get dirty. You need a solution. At Waste Solutions, we offer front-end loaders, roll-off containers, and dumpsters for any job, large or small. Our services are for everybody, from small businesses to contractors to construction companies and everyone in between. We are a locally owned company, and we've been serving our community for 21 years. We love Southwest Oklahoma, and we take care of our own. Every dirty problem has a solution. We're Waste Solutions. Click or call today.
All right, back to action after the 30-second timeout. Baseline goes, and a little trip up off the glass and a tie-up, and a jump ball is going, and it's going to go on the other side. So just underway here in the second quarter. This quarter is brought to you by Seafood Party, because every party is better with seafood. From catfish, seafood boils, lunch specials, served daily from 11 until 3. Seafood Party right here in Lawton at 7410 Northwest Cash Road. Top of the key. Going to look to drive right, kick out. Long ball, no good. A fight for it and into the hands of the Newcastle Racers. Racers come up with a nice rebound by Pepke, wearing the lucky 13. Oh, that's going to be a foul on the way in. So you only have one foul right now for Ferris, 3 for the Newcastle Racers. As we begin second quarter, of course, no bonus last in the first quarter. A little up in off the glass for 2. Soft touch, nothing really fancy about that. Gets the deuce to make it 29. Got a lot of basketball to play between now and Saturday. It's the third annual, and nice little 3-ball on the way. For Let Trey Cut It, you can use the QR code to get and book your haircut today. Nice little freebie. Oh, and that's contested a little bit, but it's the rebound by Newcastle. Boy, they have got the post down with the low rebound and the opportunities at second shots, and that's really going to make a difference down the stretch. And Owen Wright will go to the line for the Racers. Let Trey Cut It charity stripe opportunity. So he extends it to get the and one to bring it to 32. Those who are watching on Facebook, give us a like there. You never know what we've got going on at any given week. We got 2 state championships in football. We got one Friday and Saturday, Jones and Elgin. Congratulations, Carl Albert already won a state title. That's of the 3 schools of our 13 schools on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Turnaround jumper is slightly contested, a throwaway, but into the hands of the Racers. Is Doncor, and though a little 3-ball action, a loose ball picked up now by Ferris. And they're coming down on the other end of the floor, and that's going to be kind of tipped away and stripped. Goes out of bounds, and last touch by Ferris. So Newcastle and the Racers will regain possession. Ivan will inbounds over to Folsom. Folsom is very active. Oh, and that's, he got a throw away, and there's a little hand grab in there. And that's probably going to be on Omari Tyner, I think. It's going to be the second team foul on Ferris. Little bounce pass over into Folsom. Working it up top. Folsom will drive left. He'll get a little bit of help defensively. Alley-oop pass, slam dunk. And what a great airmail connection for the Newcastle Racers. You saw that one. He set it up, went baseline, and took it and finished it home. Newcastle to extend their lead. It's going to be thrown away and picked up by Newcastle. A little fast break opportunity. Another alley-oop and another finish at the basket. So Ivan gets the slam coming back on the other end. So been one-sided here as Newcastle has really started from the get-go and looks to try to advance in that winner's side of the bracket for the 3-day event here for this invitational. Little feed and a give and go. Boy, they've really got that going. Just feed the hot hand. Why not? Yeah, Ivan gets another opportunity at the extension. Loose ball picked up by Folsom. And it will be a little dish off. Over to Bramer. That makes it 40. 3:39 left to go here in quarter number 2. Eyes that, goes baseline. Dishes it off, and you thought the little soft touch off the glass would have been good. A fight for it, and a rebound opportunity, and a jump ball is called. And the possession arrow will stay on this end of the floor. Nope, take it back. Going the other way. Thank you. Braden got it. Braden's giving me the point. Braden Rogers, our videographer for today, camera operator. Appreciate him. Well, James Stanley come in, help out in games 3 and 4, because we got 4 games today. 3 ball on the way. Misses the mark, irons out. Loose ball almost picked up by Newcastle, but touches it on the line to go out of bounds. Got a little bit of Christmas-themed anthems in here. They got a Santa and Frosty inflatable. You'll see the one Santa on the other end, and they got a Grinch. So be a little entertained for the holiday action. This is kind of really the get-go of the start of the season. A lot of these tournaments, like at Christmas time, Christmas break, a tie-up and a jump ball is called, and this time it is going to stay on this side of the floor, because I can remember the last time that the possession arrow was this side. But nonetheless, hope you have a good holiday coming up. It's come so fast and furious. That's a 3-ball opportunity. Let Trey cut it. Use the QR code and get your appointment today. Why not let Trey cut it? Look for the 3-ball opportunity, a little mad dash with a little step forward with a once bounce pass. Irons out. Coming back down the other end of the floor. Loose ball stolen and then out of bounds. As Colton Bramer really tried to catch it from going out. Bramer will inbounds for the Racers. Over to Folsom. We're waiting for a substitution to come in. And we got that settled underway. We'll have a halftime coming up here in second half action, and don't go away. We've got plenty of basketball for today during this invitational. Eyes the 3-ball. Motions right, finds the open shot, and gets that one to fall.
30 seconds.
Timeout on the floor, 30 seconds. We'll keep it here. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And would like to do that, so you can subscribe there. You can find out all of our action as we have high school sports throughout the year. If you're new to the network and those who are watching on Facebook Live, we appreciate that. Give us a like. Give us a follow there. Because like I said, some stuff comes up, some is scheduled. But then you got 2 state championship games, as we mentioned. Jones will play Washington Friday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have a 6:30 pregame, and there will be an audio-only presentation. NFHS has the exclusive rights for the video. And then the state championship, I'm really looking forward to, because it's a rematch of last year in 4A, Elgin and Tuttle. That went down to the wire last year. What will it be Saturday night at 7 o'clock? We'll have our broadcast crew in the booth with Billy and Vincent. Catch that on the Oklahoma Sports Network from way downtown. Back irons off the glass. Here comes Newcastle and the Racers. Fast break opportunity coming down the other end of the floor. That kind of disrupted kind of the airmail pass to try to get a slam dunk or an opportunity. So Ferris comes back with a rebound there quickly. Outside perimeter, gets caught in the trash between 2 defenders and gets that one stolen. Coming back the other way with 1:51. Little cross action up off the glass for 2 is good to make it 44. $138 remain. But one thing you can do is download our app, and you can catch us. Just anything that's live, you'll know. Stolen away by Newcastle. One-on-one opportunity. Nice little move. A Euro step in for Folsom is no good, and that bounces out and out of bounds. Last touch by Newcastle. Ferris has the opportunity, bringing this down with no pressure. This time Newcastle is going to lay off. And it's another thing, too, and I know that may be your style of defense, but they got 3 days of playing basketball, so keep those legs fresh as you can. Opportunity, bounces out, rolls out of the rim. Newcastle quickly down the floor. Another alley-oop pass up off the glass, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Ferris. Loose ball with a minute to go. 3-on-2. Puts that one up for a 3. No good. Rebounded. Fight for it. Ferris double-teamed, and there's going to be a Is that a timeout? Or is that going to be a tie-up? No, it's going to be a tie-up with the arm. We'll take that out. It'll be the fourth foul on Newcastle, so one more, and they will put Ferris in the bonus, but that we may not see that. Alan Price will check in for Newcastle. Coach really going to his bench with 50 seconds left to go. Fast break opportunity up off the glass is good. And a steal coming back the other way. Back-to-back deuces. Ferris on the other end of the floor. Rims out. Rebound. Newcastle. 26 seconds left to go. Bramer takes it all the way. Reverses from right to left. Scoop, no good. Rebound picked up is good. And they get to half 100 in the first half with 50 in the final 8 seconds playing for the last shot. It's Perez inside, a little floater. Back irons, no good, and that's going to end it. 50-13, Newcastle with the lead against Ferris, coming from Texas, just south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And that will end this opportunity of the first half. I want to thank our fine sponsors, the title sponsors of this event. For the Great Plains Invitational for our third annual, Shaneberg Services, providing services like it used to be, with emphasis on quality of services that no other shop in Oklahoma provides. When you do business with Shaneberg Services, you'll be treated like family, from auto glass and windshields that you know them of, truck accessories, bed liners, to mirrors, shower doors, and residential glass and windows. Visit their website to connect to so much more at shaneberg.com. And B2E, providing basketball training and skill camps for those ages 6 and up, born to elevate while teaching young athletes the importance of elevating themselves on and off the court. For more information, please follow and reach out at their Facebook page, B2E Training. We've got about 9 minutes before we start second half action. We'll take a timeout, be back to the Coliseum, the third annual Great Plains Coliseum's Invitational, right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whether you're buying or selling, today's real estate market is proving trickier than ever.
We've been doing this for over 22 years.
So if a problem does arise, you can trust us to solve it.
Let us use our years of experience to guide you to buy or sell your home.
Trust the team that's gotten it done with over 12,000 deals done in the last 22 years.
Always call our Payment Berries team.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
At Liberty National Bank, we know success takes teamwork. We take pride in our roots and in supporting the communities we serve. Our personalized approach means we focus on your financial goals every step of the way, because when our customers succeed, our whole community wins. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled health care to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's why we're here.
Power Services, the power of quality and comfort, servicing all of Southwest Oklahoma and the surrounding area for the past 40 years. Offering the best service for heating and air for both residential and commercial, geothermal systems, electrical services, and generators are their specialty. Give them a call for all of your heating, air, and electrical needs. Experience the power of quality and comfort with Power Services of Southwest Oklahoma. Give them a call today at 580-875-3645. That's 580-875-3645.
We are at the half where Newcastle leads Ferris 50-13. Got Tevin Foster with us from B2E Training, and you're one of the title sponsors of this event. And we followed both you and your brother's careers, and this is kind of a nice. And I want to ask you about this little connection, the 5AO connection here between these two coaches that are playing for the first time in 13 years. You got an Ike grad, you got a Lawton High grad. They've known each other for AUA. They've done all that kind of stuff. Now they're playing each other. I know it's 50-13, but that's got to be an interesting tie too.
Oh yeah. I mean, both of these coaches, they both coached me and my brother growing up for AAU basketball with the Oklahoma Lions and the Oklahoma Explosion. So, and we was coming up in high school, middle school and high school at the time, and just they was our mentors at the time. Just seeing them coaching against each other at the high school level, man, that's big time. That's big time. I hate the scores like this, though, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I know you're gonna help with one, so it's kind of hard to have you pick. As far as the teams that are in this. I asked Coach Gagliardi, who's MacArthur's head coach and who's kind of put this on their third year for this,
yes, sir.
And he said any of the top four could take this tournament. He says that's how good this is. He says Classen is loaded. Northwest Classen, Classen AS, and then you have Newcastle. I saw Newcastle play Del City on Monday. I mean, that's so this is really good in a December matchup. If you got Ike and Lawton High and MacArthur saying we're going to see some good basketball this week.
Oh yeah, I agree. Man, it's a lot of good teams, a lot of young talent out here. We scrimmaged Newcastle early in the season, and they're high level this year. They're probably picked to make it far in the state tournament right now, and they probably I got them winning their class.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna lie, that's
All
just
right.
my pick. But like I said, there's a lot of high level teams in here.
Yeah.
Some good competition. I think this is a good show for around the Christmas time, so we can get ready for our state tournament coming up in March.
Yeah.
Going into the next year.
Well, because it's kind of basketball. It just gets started, and then there's a holiday break, and some people go into tournaments and stuff. I like this before school is let out because then you have a little bit more consistency. But let's talk about B2E training a little bit. From ages 6 and up, you've got to establish something to take these kids at another level, respected on and off the court is kind of the thing. But tell us a little bit about more how you got this started and what you'd like to do.
Yeah, man. So B2E, it started about 5 years ago, and I was coming back from overseas. I was coming back from Serbia, and COVID had hit. So, I mean, I was kind of in my head because I was flowing well overseas. I went from Croatia to Serbia. Then I came home, and things just stopped. So I needed something just to pick up, man, to keep my energy right, to keep me positive, to keep my head in the right spot. And I ended up locking in with training with this young girl. She's a freshman at MacArthur, Isabella. She's a great player, man. But she didn't used to play like that. She came in, she couldn't even dribble that ball.
Wow.
She was young. She was only in third grade. And her mom was like, hey, we want you to work with her. I think she loves it. She loves dribbling the ball, but she ain't got the skill set. So, man, we locked in with her, and she kept coming. She loved it. We stayed consistent with her, and we seen her progress over like a year. And we was just like, man, we started to get one kid turned into 3 kids, and 3 kids turned into 6 kids. And so we like, okay, maybe it's getting around that they seeing Bella's progression, and maybe it's getting around so we can get more kids into our training. So we wanted to take it to another level, and we locked in even more consistent throughout the weeks. And eventually, man, it just started growing and growing. So now we got over 150 kids in our group. But
and where do you base this out of? I mean, where do they go to get this training?
Well, my brother was coaching at Lawton High last year, and I was still playing in this league called the TBL basketball league here in the States. It's a growing league. It's called the Basketball League. I won a championship with the Potawatomi Fire out in Shawnee, Oklahoma 2 years ago, and I was with them for their first season, and ended up being with them for 3 seasons and won their first championship with them. But I was coming back and forth when my brother was coaching at Lawton High, and that's where I was doing most of my training at. Coach Gentry he's a girls basketball coach at MacArthur. He's also the manager at the rec center, and he was always willing to let me use the gym and train those kids in there if we didn't have a gym, because in Lawton gym access is limited, man. I know we got our schools, but these kids, they need something to do, and we need a facility to where they have free access to go get better, and I think that's my lady is Lauren Henry. She started this. She helped me start this training, and she locked in with me. She was also in the gym every day with the kids, training with me. especially with those girls, because she's able to touch them better than I can.
Sure,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? So, but her dad is Brian here, and he's part of getting that facility on the background.
For the east side,
Yeah, on the east side. So once we get that, man, I think everything will start falling in place with the youth here in Lawton. Everything will start really coming together. And that's always been my vision, just to keep this youth growing and having them something to do, something positive to do, and not get in trouble out there in the streets. You know what I mean?
I think the city has believed in that a long time ago when Parks and Rec was in charge of that. You know, their investment was, even though they couldn't pay for a lot of the officiating in football, for example, city council said, you know, we'd rather invest in these kids as opposed to sending them somewhere else and getting themselves in trouble. So I really appreciate that. How best do we connect to you if you want your child, 6 and under, boys and girls? How do they get a hold of you?
Facebook. We got a Facebook page called B2E Training. You can follow our Facebook page. We also got our Instagram page called B2E Training.
Okay.
You can follow both of those pages. You also can contact my cell number, 580-284-9435. Just reach out to me on social media, and I'm good at getting back to you as soon as I can. And we'll get y'all on board and get y'all on flow with everything, how we work and operate. But I want to say that we just don't teach skill training. We also teach these kids how to grow and be young men and young ladies on and off the court and in the classroom, because that's something my mom, she didn't play about with me and my brothers growing up. And it was always school first and education first. And I got my master's degree, so I couldn't – there's only one way I can teach, and that's education first and make sure they take care of school.
It's important. Well, we're going to have you on as our guest, as one of our title sponsors throughout this 3 days. But like you said, this is really good for the kids to see some really good talent early on. And this is, this doesn't count towards your record. So, let's just play some basketball and see how it shakes out before we get to state.
Oh, yes, sir, man. I appreciate you having me. Appreciate you letting us come in and sponsor the event.
Yeah, no problem. Tevin Foster, part of B2E Training, and we were off and running, is already getting started here in second half action as Ferris gets the rebound and back to work on the other end of the floor. A little save, gets a little loose ball picked up. And then Newcastle's we've seen before, and this is just all class, up and in off the glass for two. As Folsom, who's been all over the floor, just makes it look easy. And they've already started their run to get. You're welcome to stay on mic with us and talk a little basketball throughout the time, as long as you have. I know that
yes, sir.
Where you have to go, but I always love your stories about your brother and the success that you guys have had and continued. And another thing is, hats off to giving back to the community that kind of gave to you.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people go off and run. Go off and move off, and I get that. But I always really appreciate extra, because I'm not a Lawtonian by heart. I moved here. I have my 2 sons that were born here. And so, my wife was a Lawtonian, and I was not. But I've always appreciated those who want to come back and give to their community like you guys do. So
yes,
hats
sir.
off to you on that.
I appreciate you, man. That was always coming. I always wanted to go see the world, man, and grow up a little bit and get away from mom and dad. And I did that. And I also know that the city needs mentors like us and guys that's made it and seen it through, just so they can come back and get back to those kids so they can do the same thing as well.
Let Trey 3-ball hits it to be able to go and extend the lead for the Racers.
I say this is all new to me with the coaching thing, though, man. I've been playing, so I'm also blessed to have this opportunity to be coaching at Eisenhower.
Yeah.
And helping my brother out and having him mentor me, because he's been doing it for 10 years.
And coming from the Lawton High, and there was a little bit of shell game move around, but what an incredible year the Lawton High Wolverines had last year. Success, they put it together, came one game shy of that gold ball, but
that was fun.
We were there for that run, but man, they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was and bring that kind of stuff back to Lawton has been exciting too.
Oh yeah. We still got. Lawton High still got. I think they're a great team still.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got some returners. You got Champ. You got the one that was injured that came. I was trying to number one, Anthony.
Yep. Both great players.
Man, I really wished he was healthy during that run.
Yeah, we needed him.
He was kind of out of the mix.
We needed him for sure. Yeah.
So it's the charity stripe opportunity by let Trey cut it. Misses the second opportunity. Newcastle really has a lot of great ball movement. I really appreciate both sides of their ball. They really hustle. They really, they attack the ball. on offense and defense, and they're very unselfish. There's a foul on the floor, but they always kind of look to dish it out. They're unselfish.
Very
unselfish.
Put it,
just anytime you have teams that spread the ball around, and we were just mentioning a lot in high the same way as you have players that kind of grew up each other in grade school and middle school. They kind of know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle's got that connection too. A lot of these kids play together. There's a 3-ball look. Irons out, but look at there. The follow-through in the back iron for the rebound is good for the deuce.
Jesse did a good job of some guys. He got some transfers and some athletic guys. That that helped his team out a lot this season for sure. And he got some great guards that can really handle the ball and run their offense.
Now, how much do you still play yourself?
Man, I try to get it in as much as I can when in the time that I got. But
right.
I use my when we practice with the kids, I get out there with them, man, and get those reps in with them. Try to push them a little bit.
Now, for a couple of years, we had it was nice. It's the Skins League. I was able to see some really good basketball in the Skins League. That's always kind of nice to. And they got some guys that are either European. There's a nice little delivery there from the pass and the finish. They've had a lot of junk at the rim that was finished with a slam, but it's been kind of Newcastle from the get-go. And so I appreciate Ferris taking the trip and the connection back to Lawton. And, this is a double elimination. You're going to get 2 games out of this, and so you're going to actually get 3 games, of the 3 days. And how beneficial is it, we talk about this not being in your district, that, this helps you for the long run, as you mentioned at the very beginning, how it prepares you for a state run for any of these teams.
Man, just getting those kinks out, figuring out your rotations, getting your flow of your offense and your defense right before the new year starts, man. That way, going into the new year, everything's just flowing, getting ready for that state championship run. I think everybody right now just finding their rhythm, learning their guys, learning their teammates, So I think this is really good. It comes at the right time, right before that break. That way we can flow right into the new year.
Charity Tripe is brought to you by Ace Trey's Barbershop. Why not let Trey cut it? Representing Lawton in the surrounding area, 2104 West Gore Boulevard, phone 354-0468. Or you can book your haircut online or use the QR code if you can use that on your phone. Opportunity.
And this is an intense tournament. I mean, the environment, the arena, some kids never played in this type of arena. So when you get to that state championship or that state tournament, you know how that gets.
Oh, yeah.
You know how that gets.
Hey, talk a little bit about, being at the Coliseum as opposed to a gym. I've always heard this as players. Now, first off, this gym has changed. They got a new court a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. They used to have 3 lines, and I always hated it for the kids because there was the NCAA, there was the NBA, and they were rocking it from the 3. I said, it's nice that you want to do it from the NBA ring, but that's get you out of it. But the other thing is about the perception of the glass. Talk a little bit about that when you're trying to make a layup, how that difference is in here as opposed to a gym.
See, growing up in my career, I like to shoot the ball. I'm a shooter. So that perception makes a difference. It's crazy we talk about this because I was just talking to one of our assistant coaches about our pregame warm-up, and I told him, I said, we got to get out there with the guys and make sure we get some shots up and get used to this court and this arena because the perception in the background, it will throw your shot off if you're not used to it.
Yeah, well, and I've seen that, especially in the county tournament, which we'll do in January. But, they're so not used to it. So you say, man, that shot is kind of inerrant. And I said, well, you got to give them a little bit of a break because that perception, and I've been told that, is a little different than what they're used to.
Most definitely. It's crazy. I was just telling my coach, man, we need to get out there early, so we got to get them reps in.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about which line you have to shoot it from in the 3-point. I said they got rid of that.
That part. Because you'll get kids shooting it
from way launch them from way downtown. I was like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. But I think some of it they want to show that they can do it.
They can do it.
Yeah.
It looked good on film.
Oh yeah, a little kick out there and Newcastle back to work, and they're just kind of like perimeter out. That's from way downtown. Back iron's no good. Gets the rebound, though. Newcastle with a second opportunity. There's a 3-ball on the way. That errs. Comes up a little bit short. Ferris with the rebound.
I got so much respect for Coach Jesse Brown, man. He does a good job with Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, it's programs, building the programs from the start up. And Newcastle's really made a name for themselves in the last couple of years. They're coming in that Tri-City area. They really have to fight for what they had until they moved up a class. But, they were playing Blanchard, you're playing Tuttle, you're playing all of those in that area they're familiar with. Then they get moved up to 5A. But Newcastle is the largest growing community in the state. Nice little.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's kind of like that. There was named the Deer Creek of the south side of the city. And I said, be careful with that because Deer Creek went from where they went to 6A2 to 6A1 overnight practically. But, so Newcastle is really growing community on the south side, and they're part of the OSN network, part of our 13 schools. And appreciate Coach Brickman and all what they had a great run in semifinals in football, and they're going to do it great in baseball and now in basketball. So they've really got things going there in all directions over there at Newcastle. So a little outside perimeter passing, really congested with some, really still trying to get that in. And that finally got in there and a whistle for a substitution, timeout called.
How long has OSN been
This is our 10th season.
That's big time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
13 schools in the network, and we're just really – and still growing. And the thing is, what I say is that, if people want to be a part of the network, they can contact us. It's not really hard to get your school on it, but, it's still trying to grow. And after 10 years, you think, well, have you kind of plateaued of what you're doing? And, we got to see Miss Henry, you mentioned her, and at her career, we got to see her and her sister at MacArthur and got a little bit of dose of that. But, 10 years has started ago, and we do all the high school sports. And then OSN 1 is kind of our channel that is not connected to a school, and we picked up other sports too. We've done OU lacrosse, we've done SNU rugby, we've done roller derby here at the Coliseum with the 580 group there. And so
which one you like doing more? Which sports you like doing more?
Football and basketball are the two that I kind of gravitate to the most. And we've got people that will call different things, but it's kind of I use our slogan is sports is our middle name. We're the Oklahoma Sports Network. If it's a sport, we'll do it. So, and we've done that and continue to grow. And I think the biggest part of our advantage too is we're app driven. So you download the app, you get all of our content right there. So when we have 13 high school football games on at one time, you can bounce around.
And
it's
like
easy
YouTube
access.
TV, man,
right
there.
Yeah, and we are on YouTube and we're on Facebook. Nice little move to the basket. It's contested, and that's going to be out of bounds. But, and this kind of started from, my radio career, kind of started this and then sprungboard into something that I never really thought possible is watching it. Nice little putback, but a little swat away. Ferris says no to that. Hats off to Tyner, who just said nope. Going to let that go out of bounds. Newcastle with the ball. 2:18 left to go in the third quarter. I want to thank our third quarter Jennifer Robinette Insurance. You can protect your assets with Jennifer Robinette Agency. She can give you a quote. They offer home, life, auto policies. Would love to talk to you today. Give her team a call today at 536-9100. You can stop by in person, 1924 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton. Jennifer Robinette Insurance. A little back iron, no good. Put back, and the fight for it could have been a rebound or maybe even a tie-up, but it comes clear, and Ferris on a 4-on-1 on this end of the floor, and we'll push it down with no contest with 147.
I got one question before I have to go to the locker room and lock in with the guys.
I got you.
Who you got winning the tournament?
Oh man, I can't do that because I've not seen them for one. So that's a good thing. And I told you what Coach Gagliardi said. He said, he was just rifling all the names. I saw a little bit of Lawton High, what they were able to do. I've not seen Eisenhower at all this year. And then I've only heard about Classen SAS and Northwest Classen. So I think made the best team win.
But
I'm going to get to see you in more. So I get to see you guys get to see. And Moore's always got a good program too. So
Moore's got some. We were watching film on Moore. They got some good guys. They got a good group. I just say, man, just don't sleep on Eisenhower, man. We've been working. They're going to come out with lots of energy. They're going to compete at a high level. And, man, like you said, may the best team win.
Yeah, I like it. That's why we like it. Well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Devin, I appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir.
We'll be in touch, and you're going to be back with us soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Tevin Foster, part of our title sponsors of B2E Training. You can catch them on Facebook. We appreciate him joining us a little bit. 3-ball and the let Trey cut it 3-ball opportunity. And a whistle on the floor. It was really good visiting with our title sponsors. I've invited Shane Burke if he wanted to come up here and we could talk a little bit about Shane Burke services, whether it be bumpers or auto glass, stuff for the home, shower doors. They got you covered. Zamari McGowan to the line, shooting 2. It is now Newcastle, even though they play the way they do, they have put Ferris in the bonus, but that's only going to be 30 seconds remaining. Remember I said a couple of years ago they changed that. They got rid of the 1-and-1s. You have 5 to give in a quarter, and then it freshens up the next quarter to give, start over. So it really kind of speeds up the game a little bit, doesn't really get down. I know that a lot of strategy was involved with the 1-and-1, but that kind of went away. Little floater inside the lane is good for the Deuce. And we're going to get plenty of Newcastle. We saw them against a little air ball thrown up against Del City. Another reminder is Jordan Ray, our basketball finachio. Just a reminder that you can be told that Newcastle's game on the 16th versus Lawton Mac will be up on the network as well. So here's an opportunity for the 4th and final period coming up. We'll take a timeout and be back to action here at the Great Plains Invitational on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind: providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
I think based on all of our scheduling, we have got more basketball this year on the Oklahoma Sports Network than we ever have. And then also we'll be back here in January for the county tournament for all the area schools. So that will be interesting as well. Fourth quarter is brought to you by Vincent Saylor, your State Farm agent here in Lawton, proudly serving the state of Oklahoma since 2017, providing comprehensive insurance options to help protect you most important of items, people, places, and things, serving Lawton, Elgin, Cache, Fort Sill, and beyond. Comanche and Canton counties, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call 580-699-2771. So after the break, starting the fourth quarter, and that's going to be a little contested on the line. Start underway. We'll also have James Stanley, who's going to be doing the other two games. We've got a great one coming up next, which is going to be Classen SAS and Northwest Classen, I guess, on the schedule. Gets that shot to fall. And gets them both. The opportunity of the charity stripe by Let Trey Cut It. Use the QR code. Boy, kind of loses his balance, puts it at the top of the key, and nothing but a 3-ball in there. The opportunity gets to knock down. Steele and coming back on the other end of the floor. And, like I say, unselfish. Oh, instead of the slam, tries to put the little finger roll in, and that's going to go out. And then there's a whistle on the floor. It's going to stay on this end. So we talk with Tevin Foster from B2E, part of our title sponsors of this event. Oh, nice little throw around with the 3-ball. Why not let Trey cut it? Now the question will be, now it's a little ways away, will they get close to 100? But, I mean, it's like 7 minutes left. I know that's 30 points, but, man, they put up a lot Well, they only had 50 kind of at the half, so I guess asking a little bit too much, but they're not really pouring on the gas. They're just kind of, as you say, a little bit of tie-up, and there will be a foul called on McGowan with the body, and that will pick up their first team foul here in the fourth quarter. And we'll look to inbounds. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on here in the network, and when this broadcast concludes, we'll start up another right after it because you'll catch it on YouTube. Some of these games will be on Facebook Live as well, and on the network where you download the app and you can connect from anywhere. 3-ball on the way, misses the mark, rims out, and then a rebound taken by Ferris. A lot of good basketball to deduce. A little throwaway. Perez not able to corral that as it goes out of bounds. Newcastle ball. So these two Lawton coaches that started their high school careers finishing out are playing against each other for the first time in 13 years. That's been the storyline of this game. It's been kind of exciting to see both coaches and their teams. Nice little save. Gets into the hands of Perez. So instead of going out of bounds, tries to split three defenders, goes left. A little back iron, no, and there's going to be a foul as they try to come up with McGowan to try to finish with the rebound. Gets the contact, and he'll go to the line shooting two. And that's going to be the fifth foul, though, I think. Yeah, they're going to whistle that out. Is Sloan from Newcastle will call it an afternoon for this one. He has his fifth personal. McGowan to the line shooting two. Vincent Saylor, State Farm, fourth quarter. Vincent Saylor will be in the press box on Saturday. He's really excited to represent the Elgin Owls and defending state champions. Will they make it back-to-back? An audio-only presentation starting at 6:30. Him and Billy Palmer been your Elgin all season long. So we're going to, one of the Fosters got the brothers. They look so much alike. They would not be able to deny that they were brothers. Stopping by the table here, giving us the roster for Eisenhower. That's going to be another game with Moore. Ooh, that was a nice little steal in the lane. He wisely brings that out. Oh, and then tries to get it baseline, opposite end, little floater, rolls in and out. Rebound, Newcastle waits against three defenders. Perez comes up with it at the very end. So a little slap away at the last second. So we're going to work this around. Newcastle with the rebound coming down the other end. Second feature will be the Eisenhower Eagles. They will be taking on the Moore Lions. Outside shot no good. Followed by Classen SAS Northwest. Classen and Lawton High McCarthy, who has already played on a good mindset with it, and he's put on this tournament. He really wanted to have some good quality teams here play in the pre-holiday break. And he's done that for the third year now here at the Great Plains Coliseum. And he's going to get, that's going to be a 3-ball and a timeout on the floor. I'll let Trey Ball 3 cut it. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it with him. Be back at the Great Plains Coliseum right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This This month at Merritt Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the savings are big. Get this 25 Ram 1500 Laramie for $11,867 off MSRP, or this 25 Ram 2500 Bighorn for $5,063 off MSRP. Don't wait. These deals end soon. Power on with Merritt. It's time to drive into savings at Merritt Chevrolet GMC. All month long, take advantage of incredible August offers, like up to $4,000 in consumer cash and up to $1,250 in incremental bonus cash on select models. Stop by today. Merritt Chevrolet GMC. Power on with Merritt.
All right, back here at the Great Plains Coliseum, and we are in the fourth quarter of this one, of the first of the showdowns of 4 games a night, starting at 3 o'clock, and this is the first of the 4, 3 remaining. I want to thank our fine invitational sponsors with B2E Training, providing basketball training and skill camps for those ages 6 and up, born to elevate while teaching young athletes the importance of elevating themselves on and off the court. For more information, you can visit their Facebook page at B2E Training on the Facebook page. A little delivery, fast and furious to the hoop. Going to have an opportunity of adding some points. Ferris trying to make it a little bit more respectable. They take it down the court with 3:41 left to go, just kind of moments of time. Eisenhower will take on Moore at the conclusion of this ball game. Looks like everything's going to work out time-wise as far as the slate of next games up and warm-ups, because the next game is scheduled to be at 4:30. That will be game number 2. Eisenhower and Moore of the 3 Lawton schools that are playing here today, Mac, Lawton High, and Ike, for the 3rd straight year and the 3rd annual Great Plains Invitational. Perez gets double-teamed, little kick out, little drive to the lane, up off the glass too high, no good. Rebound Newcastle, and the Racers come back to the other end of the floor. Gets upended. Oh, a nice little tap up with a trailer, and that's good. So Karsten Pepke gets the trail and the bucket to follow. Bring it 72. Really kind of going into a 2-3 zone, Newcastle is. And they got some really height down below. They got double stacked. They got three men of trouble down below. It gives a little bit of a height advantage. Last touched by Newcastle, so Ferris will inbounds with 2.5 to go. Kick out for a 3-ball. Rims out, no good. Rebounded. Newcastle. Racers on a fast break opportunity. Look for a little bit of help. Inside the lane, kick out. 3-ball on the way. No, he's inside. He was not looking for the 3. It was Weston Light. And will inbounds from underneath. Newcastle. Oh, a little alley-oop underneath. Waits for 2 defenders, tipped out, and then almost stepped on the line, though. Thought they was going to try to save that, so stay on this end of the floor. 2:12 remaining, and I think they're just going to let this clock kind of roll. Game was really never in question from the get-go. Newcastle, and like we said, what travel is called. But Newcastle really had a good battle against Del City. You can watch that on demand on the Oklahoma Sports Network. The girls came back as Del City had a lead, and Newcastle girls came back to win that. But they will see each other again. That's why I like games like this, because, it's a nice turnaround jumper for Ferris. Back iron's no good. Rebounded. Newcastle going the long stretch pass. Going to air this one up by himself for a 3-ball look. No good. Rebound. Turnaround. Up off the glass is no good. Gets the rebound again against 3 defenders. Puts it up, and he's going to get fouled on the way in. So all of that for naught, but you go to the line. It's going to be Derek Russell. That's going to be the team third. Back iron's no good. 72-31 your score, Newcastle. Go to the winner's side of the bracket, and they'll play tomorrow. Winners, and then the chicken dinners are on the other side. So the second shot rims out. Loose ball picked up. Travel is called. And as we said, was with this conclusion of this ball game, it's not like one continuous broadcast. So you want to catch the next game, YouTube will just come up automatically. Facebook come up automatically. Same thing on the app. The only anybody that has challenges, if you're on our website at oksportsnet.com, of what channel is it in. Back iron's off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Ferris. They cross the timeline. Oh, Homer extended just a little bit too much on the pass. And we're going to come down the other way. Just kind of playing backyard basketball at this time. There's really not much strategy involved. And 1:12 remain in their Vincent Saylor fourth quarter. Back iron's off the glass, a little bit too off. Newcastle with the rebound. Will cross the tie line with about a minute to go. Oh, he just goes right straight through, not contested until the final step in. He had 4 defenders, but I saw the lane. The lane was pretty wide open. Collapsed at the very end, and that's when the whistle is. 4th team foul, so both teams will be okay of not committing the 5th. I say that there's only about a minute left. Hits the front iron, no good. And your charity stripe brought to you by Ice Tray Barbershop. Why not let Trey cut it? 2104 West Gore Boulevard. Call 354-0468, or you can book online. 49 seconds. Steal, Newcastle. 2-on-1. Up off the glass. No. Rebounded by Ferris. Loose ball picked up, stolen by Newcastle. Racers eyeball a 3. Hits the front iron, no good. And that was by Allen Price. Price back out. Little drive with put that down, and they do have a shot clock, by the way, that are being used. Very interestingly enough. Put in. Mad dash around. Yeah. Little follow through is good. That's going to end it. 77-31 is the one out of the 4 in the books. The Newcastle Racers go on the winning side of things, and we'll take a brief conclusion. We want to thank our Great Plains Invitational sponsors for this 3rd annual go-around. Shane Burke Services, providing services like it used to be, with emphasis on quality of services with no other shop in Oklahoma provides. When you do business with Shane Burke Services, you'll be treated like family. From auto glass and windshields, truck accessories, bed liners, mirrors, shower doors, to residential glass and windows. Visit their website to connect to so much more at shaneburke.com. And B2E Training, providing basketball training and skill camps for both ages 6 and up. Born to elevate while teaching young athletes the importance of elevating themselves on and off the court. For more information, please follow and reach their Facebook page or Instagram at B2E Training. So that is going to wrap up this portion of this broadcast. We're going to take a brief time out, and we'll be back, of course, to start game number 2. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.